Okay, number 11. It says the table gives some information about the speeds in kilometres per hour of 100 cars. On the grid, draw a histogram for the information in the table. So that's part A, draw a histogram. So when we're doing a histogram, we need to remember we're going to work out something called the frequency density. And it normally means we like to add on an extra column and work out the frequency or frequency density. And how do we work out the frequency density? Well, frequency density equals frequency divided by class width. You can put it into one of those triangles if you want to, just so you can work out other bits if you're asked to. Frequency density, so the frequency density is equal to the frequency over class width. So let's work that out. So frequency is 15 divided by the width of the group. How wide is this group here? Well, it's 5 wide. So 15 divided by 5 is 3. Frequency for the second group, 25. Again, the width here is 5. 25 divided by 5 is 5. 36 is here. So 36 divided by, well, nice and they've been kind to us there. The width is 10. So 36 divided by 10 is going to be 3.6. And then 24, we've got 24 divided by a gap of 20. So 24 divided by 20, simplify it down a bit, we get 12 over 10. And 12, I know 12 divided by 10 is nice and easy, so I'll get out there. 12 divided by 10 is 1.2. That means we're going to put on a scale onto our graph, and the highest number for the frequency density is going to be our 5. So our frequency density, which we should label up the side, excuse the handwriting, trying to write going upwards. Frequency density up the side is going to stop at 5. Now, this graph is not easy on the eyes, so if I get this slightly wrong, it's probably going to be quite likely that I am going to get this wrong, but I think these are the darker lines. The board isn't projecting them very clearly. So let's say the 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, nice even scale. And then we can start plotting these boxes of our histogram. So the first group is 5 wide and it goes up to 3. So 60 to 65 is going to be right on the middle here. So we only want a box this sort of wide up to 3. Now you have to forgive me for not having a ruler. Very, very unprofessional. Let's try and join this up as neat as I can without too scruffy. You'll get the idea. 60 to 70, so 65 to 70, so we've got another box going in here. That goes up to 5, all the way to the top. So again, it's actually painful watching myself do this so untidily. Not setting a great example at all. So, always have a ruler when you're doing yours. The amount of students I've told off for doing this without a ruler, and now I'm doing it. So, 3.6, 70 to 80, a bit wider this group, so it goes all the way up to here. If the board will allow me to put that, yes, here we go. Pen start working again. 3.6, be careful with the scale. It's not too bad. We've got 10 squares in between the numbers, so each square is going to be worth 0.1. So we're going to go up to 6. Now let's try and count this out. There's 3, where's halfway, 3.5 is about there, so 3.6 is that one. So here, and it's 10 wide. So we can block this in. Nice and messy, great. Last one, 80 to 100, so that takes up the whole bottom of the axis, which is a good sign that we're doing it correctly. 1.2. 1.2, so 2, there's the second one, there we go, along that line there, and down, and there we go. Okay, so, terrible presentation, never do that in your exam. There's the graph. Part B, it says work out an estimate for for the number of cars with a speed of more than 85 kilometers an hour. Well, speed is on the bottom. 85 is going to be around here, I think. So 85, let's block this off. Greater than 85 is this section here. Those are the speeds that are greater than 85. And if you want to work out the number of the frequency of cars in the box, let's go to our triangle. So frequency is on the top. So if we cut that one out, we're left with frequency density times class width. So frequency equals frequency density times class width. The frequency is basically it's the area of the box, because the frequency density is the height. That's the frequency density, and the class width is the length of the rectangle. So length times width, effectively. And we know that that box there is 1.2 high. And we also know that this section here goes from 85 to 100, so that's 15. So the frequency density is 1.2 times the class width of 15. And all we need to work out now is what do we get if we do 1.2 times 15. Well, let's think about that. If we do 1 times 15, that's 15. And 0.2 times 15, that's like 20% of 15. 10% is 1.5. So 20% is going to be, 20% of 15 is going to be, that's 3. Alright, so that's the 0.2. So we're going to get 15, which is timesing by 1, plus the 3, which is the 0.2. Sorry, my board's playing up. So that would be 18 overall. So 18 cars.